Oh my god. Finally guys, the spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 236 have been released. And when I saw these spoilers, the only thing that came to my mind was, why? The whole scene has changed. The entire fight has taken a one-sided turn. Literally, the Gojo versus Sukuna fight has taken such a crazy twist that we never even thought the fight would come to this kind of conclusion. And after reading this chapter, many people are going to be disappointed. So, the chapter begins with Gojo and Geto's meeting. They look like they're in their high school. At first it seems like a regular flashback, but we soon learn that Gojo is communicating the spirits of his deceased friends. Gojo says he told his students that when they die alone. He also mentions something about his father, but then changes the topic, saying Shoko can handle it. Geto asks how was king of curses. Gojo answers that Sukuna was damn strong and he didn't even go all in for it. Gojo says he's not sure if he could win even if Sukuna didn't had Megumi's curse technique. Geto is surprised that Sukuna made Gojo of all people to admit that. And that's kinda incredibly nuts, but it gives the Gojo fans at least something. Gojo goes on to says that he gave his everything. His trained body, the techniques he learned, the talent he brushed, inspiration, and explosive powers. He says he wanted them to reach Sukuna and hopes it will reach to him. But for him at least it was fun. He then says he feels sorry for Sukuna because he didn't give his all to Gojo. Geto says that this made him feel jealous. But if Gojo is satisfied with it, then he's good. Gojo says he would have been satisfied if Geto was also there to give a slap on his back to motivate him. As conversation then shift over Nanami, as Nanami says he once talked with Geto about leaving all the job to Gojo because Gojo didn't consider Jujutsu as something to live or protect. Rather, Nanami says Gojo's a pervert because he used sorcery to satisfy himself. And I mean, they aren't wrong because that is how Gojo used sorcery to satisfy himself and satisfy his lust for battling and desire of someone who could fulfill him and be his equal strength or even stronger than him. Then Gojo says he's glad that what killed him is not time or disease, but someone stronger than him. Then Nanami chimes in to say it's disgusting to hear all that from Gojo because he sounds like a samurai general. And it's kind of confirmed that Gojo is likely dead. Now there are ways that Gojo can survive, but I do think he's dead. Then Habara adds that it's something everyone noticed but didn't say out loud. Nanami says he won't justify Gojo's last moments, but will feel sympathy for him. And it's really cool moment then call back. So when Nanami was first introduced, where he said that he does trust in Gojo, but he doesn't respect him. Gojo thanks Nanami for that and asks Nanami that how his last moment was. Nanami answers that he had once asked Mai-san about it and she had suggested to move north if you're looking for a new side of yourself or move south if you want to stay who you are. Then we get to see Rinko, Amana, we get to see Kuroi, we get to see all of those people as well as Principal Yaga again and Gojo saying farewell to everyone. And there's a beautiful smile on his face. He's very happy that he got a chance to live a life where his colleagues were with him. And then scene changes to Gojo lying lifeless on the ground with blood coming out of his mouth and his eyes open, cut in half as a result of that battle. And that is just one of the most bone-chilling panels that has ever come up from Akutami. And it's just that I can't explain. I'm still dealing with this because I know Gojo will lose, but not like this. Then we see Sukuna explaining Mahoraga's adaptation. Once Mahoraga receives an attack, it'll gradually adapt to it over time. And the more attack it takes, the faster it'll adapt. Sukuna says he expected Mahoraga to be a role model, which passes through Gojo's infinity. Mahoraga was first adapting to Gojo's infinity. It was changing the curse energy so that it would neutralize infinity. And when Mahoraga shot the slash, it wasn't the same as Sukuna. It expanded the curse technique target to not just Gojo but to the space, the world itself, and cut it. Sukuna explains that infinity doesn't matter if the entire world can be cut, which is kind of really huge because when Mahoraga had cut Gojo's hand, he not only cut his hand, but also severed his infinity. And this is the reason why Sukuna had also adapted to Gojo's infinity, and then he divided Gojo into two parts. Good job, Saturo Gojo, I will never forget about you. With a smile on his lips, and it was clear that Sukuna enjoyed this battle, that Gojo fulfilled him more than anybody else, because he will never forget about Saturo Gojo. He will never forget about the strength that Saturo Gojo has. And while the other students were all preparing, all ready to go in, one man already hopped in ready to throw hands. The Thunder God himself, the Raging Hajime Kashimo. That's how chapter ends here. Now the fight between Gojo vs Sukuna is over and new fight begins between Kashimo and Sukuna. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I like this chapter a lot. This chapter is really cool and good. I mean, I'm still sad about what happened to Gojo, but we all know that was gonna happen.
So, what's your opinion on this? Tell me in the comment section. And thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing my channel for more awesome videos.